9 out of 10 fintech startup companies don't survive the first round of seed money. 9 out of 10. A 90% failure rate. Congratulations, TransferWise. You're in the top 10%. My name is Roberto Torres from the Blue Consulting Group, along with the one and only Alex, marketing expert, and the delightful Chris, sales expert, and last but not least, Juliana, our operations expert. We are here to show you what got you here in the first place will not get you in the future. There are many things that needs to be changed, and we're here to provide you the guidance and the consulting. What got you here were loyal customers, modern communication, the fact that the European market is a 70% market share. Great. To be sustainable, you need to change, and we're here to provide you the best solutions for you. I will pass it on to Alex.
Thanks, Robert. You are right. TransferWise is a unicorn. So if they get this position, it's because they did a great job. But now it's time to rethink the business model and check if everything will go in the right way from now to the future. The mainly point now, the key issue that we must discuss is inside this question that I want to ask you, Mr. Tebbit. What do you think? The peer-to-peer money transfer is still a good business model? Mainly when we connect with the second sentence, also with the blockchain becoming a common practice, because it's real now. It's not becoming more, it's real. So, to face these points and address the solutions that we must talk today, we split the speech in 4 points. The first one is the big competitors that you have. For example, let's talk about Western Union. They are on the market for more than 100 years, and the market share of this company is 10 times more than TransferWise. We must pay attention on that. The second one is the big banks, because they are not exactly on the same kind of solution in remittance transfer, but they can go there ever when they want. Okay, so we must pay attention on that also. Fintechs are coming every day. Startups are coming every day and thinking another solution, new solution that can disrupt the market immediately also. Pay attention on that also, right? The second point is bank partners versus trade. Because if the TransferWise grow up, they need these common banks, these traditional banks, to complete the services, right? If you be a competitor, maybe we can be in trouble. They will not like that. The third point is the cash flow, because some countries, for example, in USA, a lot of immigrants working there want to send money to another countries, but not so much people send money to USA. In the opposite side, you have China and India, for example, get a lot of remittance, but don't send. So we have unbalanced cash flow. You need more capital. You have capital enough to manage this business when they grow up. The last one is the political decisions, because we are talking about all the world. When we talk about the South countries, for example, when they change the president, everything can change also. They change the rules, the politicians change also, and can be a big problem to your company. So, we select the 5 mainly points on this kind of industry that TransferWise is working, Mr. Tebbit. With these points, the customers will put loyalty on your business and will make business with you. First one, transfer charge. They want zero charge. They don't want more charge. And some companies are doing that now. Second one, trustworthiness. They are putting their money on your company. If they don't trust in your history, in your reputation, they will not select you. Third one, convenience. They don't want to go out in the traffic jams, outside home, outside job, lose time to find an agent to transfer this money. They want to do it on hands, on phone. Fourth, coverage. If you just work with few countries, your brand will not be strong enough to compete with the other ones. And the last one, but not least, the speed. If they send the money now, they don't want to wait 1 week until this money arrives in the destination, okay? But the most part of the companies in the market now are doing that. So how to survive? We address these points. We must grow fast, we must modify, we must merge or die, because blockchain is here. The social mega companies have 3 billion people talking with them every day. It's the big base of customers in the world. And the people and the companies that put money on your company, the capital venture, sure, they put money because they want the return of investment. And I will ask now, Christina, because we think in some solution for you. Please, Christina, present Mr. Tevitt the points that you put the TransferWise in a sustainable way again.
Thanks, Alex. Now that we discussed the challenge of your business, I want to invite you to join us and think beyond money transfer. We want TransferWise to be part of your customers' lives, to build trust and loyalty and help their dreams come true. Okay, you must be thinking, what are you talking about? I'm talking about money experience. I'm talking about a product that will increase your customer base, solving a real problem with a reliable service designed to attend end-to-end experience. What that means? That means a finance loan where TransferWise will intermediate loans specifically focused on immigrant customers, and this loan can be used to buy a car or a house or even pay school tuition. Okay. To do this, you're gonna need to access your base of banks and finance institutions as partners to create an easy and fast process that will bring loyalty and convenience to your customers, and with some also possible partnership with the employers that will for sure increase your operational scale. And also, at a short term, we suggest you to keep your focus in Europe, which is a region that you know very well, and expand to Americas, specifically Brazil, United States, and Mexico. In those regions, there are some political and economic discussions going on right now that might increase the flow of immigrants in the region, creating some new opportunities for TransferWise. In the long term, we suggest you to invest in tailor-made products for Asia Pacific, specifically in China and India, where the government challenge is it's there, but it's a region that the transactions volume will keep increasing year over year. And you might think, is that all? No. We also suggest you to keep your base product, which is peer-to-peer transfer, at a zero fee cost. We know that might bring you low margins, but it's also your product with a higher volume of transactions, and it's already very efficient product. We know that in about 5 years, the transactions led by fintech firms might increase in about 3 times. And also by the World Economic Forum, in 2027, about 10% of the world GDP will be on and stored by blockchain's platform. So here we understand the urgency of keeping innovating in your business, and that's why in the long term we suggest you to launch an IPO in the market to raise funds and keep investing in cryptocurrency, and also with partnership with big social media groups such as Facebook, for example. So to see how the implementation plan looks like, I now invite Juliana to talk to you. Thank you very much.
So thanks, Christina. So after seeing the recommendations, there's one more thing that we need to share with you, and that's how to implement it. And yes, we do have also a solution for that. So after seeing the proposal that Christina did, we see that we have the short-term strategy that is related to diversifying your portfolio with the financial loans, and then a long-term strategy. We will start with the short one, and when I say short, it really has to be fast. You started as a startup, you have agility in your DNA, so you can do it fast. Okay, so for this first step, we divided into operational implementation and communication plan. For the operational implementation, we first have to partner with the crediting institutions that will support with the loans, okay? And then we go to the system integration and validation. And this is quite important. You are recognized by your clients in the market by having very friendly and fast interactions in your system. So we need to make sure this is ready to handle all the demand that you receive from your clients, okay? And in the end, we will have to train our staff to make sure they will attend your clients accordingly. In parallel, we start with the communication plan. The first step is to build this communication plan. So we need to have the right resources and the right communication in the right place. And then once we have this defined, we will partnership with the channels and the sponsors that will support us with that, and in the end, launch the product. It's worth to mention that the communication piece is very important. You need to customize this communication according to the region we are implementing it. So Christina mentioned the priorities and where we have opportunities, and we do have to take this into account. So let's say we are in the US. Where are your clients? What they are watching? So most of them are watching Global International. They are watching Univision. They are using social media. So we need to be there to make sure we will reach them. So after 6 months, we will have the product ready to be in the market, and it's more than enough time. Okay. So once we have this, we will be ready to go to the second phase, which is the long-term strategy, which is developing technology and IPO. So the first part, in the first 3 quarters, we'll have to heavily invest in technology. And this is what is going to take TransferWise to the next level. So the first part is test and understand how we can use cryptocurrency to optimize our transactions. After that, we'll be ready to define the product positioning and pricing in our portfolio. And lastly, launch the first prototype to your clients. Having this ready, we are going to prove that you are again an innovative company, and you're going to be the first one in the market. And it's going to leave us in a very, very good position for the second step, which is the IPO. So the IPO, we have the standard steps. So we are going to partner with the investment bank, and then we are going to start the roadshow, and finally the IPO. So after 5 quarters, we will be ready again for this long-term strategy, okay? And after all of this explanation, you might be thinking now, okay, we have the record, we know how to implement, but show me the numbers. And that's why I'm calling Robert again to go with all the figures with you for all these recommendations.
What are the projections for the next 5 years? I expect a 900 million revenue. Why? The market is going to grow. You're going to gain market share. I'm going to show you how. Market share of 5%, I believe, is attainable. An operating margin of 5%, low, because we need to invest in the company. To grow the company and make it, sustainable, we must invest in it. So we will keep operating margins at a 5% level. What about our competitors, you may ask? Our competitors are big. As you can see, Western Union, a $5.5 billion company. They practice in the US. Most of the market share in the US, we're going to get to the US market. There's a huge opportunity in that market. We must gain market share in the US. As you can see on the graph, US is the largest migrant outflow by revenue numbers. You have grown. Congratulations. Good job growing. But we must grow faster by investing more in the company. Also, in this next graph, it just shows you, in the blue bar chart, is the revenue growth rate. At first, in the next couple of years, we're going to grow at a sustainable rate, and then we're going to spike up and obtain a higher revenue rate. And in orange, you're going to see our operating margin to be sustainable at 5%. Return on investment is going to be for a short period of time at a base rate of 5 until our market grows and we invest in the company, continue investing in the company.
Thanks, Robert. So we did all the analysis, taking into consideration both internal and external environment, also analyzing both issues and strengths, and we came up with a recommendation that will keep TransferWise as a profitable company. Also taking into consideration that you have a feasible implementation plan and strong financial arguments to prove so. TransferWise has been recognized by being innovative, by having the best tech experiences, the best solutions, and the best cost for their clients. But it's time to take a step forward and lead TransferWise to the next level. We'll be very glad to join you in this journey and support you in this process.